The Deadpool and Wolverine trailer hit earlier today, and it's dropping bombs. Not just bombs in terms of making folks really, really excited, but also a lot of, well, F-bombs. And references to things that kids should not know about. So, what are families to do, and how will Deadpool do at the box office for Disney? Folks, it's time for a debate. Hello, and welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve. My compatriot in understanding entertainment and keeping you ahead of the culture curve is Jonas J. Campbell, investigative reporter for That Park Place. Welcome back, sir.
I'm so glad to be here, but I was told we would be talking about the latest episode of Bluey, sir.
I'm sorry, Jonas, but that debate will have to wait until, well, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Folks, here we are. It's That Park Place. It's the website you should be bookmarked to. And this is by Pam Fitzgerald. Deadpool and Wolverine trailer breaks the internet, surpasses 2 million views in a single hour. Now, in the hours since this, it's continuing to grow and accelerate even. It says, if you thought hearing Wolverine drop the F-bomb in a cameo years ago was an edgy moment in comic book movie history, you ain't seen nothing yet. Full trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine has gone from a CinemaCon exclusive to now publicly available. And let's just say the profanities are aplenty. There's also references to usage of substances, being very careful with YouTube today, folks. But also, it ties in particular, Jonas, the use of those substances. The slang now has been crossed with frozen. And do you want to build a snowman now means something illicit.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one, but yeah.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. But anyway, we're not being negative, folks. Not yet, anyway. We may not be negative. Hang in there, see what we think about this. But it surpassed probably 4 million just on Ryan Reynolds alone. Now, Jonas, you know this because you're a YouTuber, unlike Mexican Iron Man. But the public tally for viewership tends to be very delayed in keeping updated in those first at least 3 or 4 hours, usually 24 hours. So whereas publicly we could see that it topped 2 million, it was probably way more than that. But even more importantly,
yeah. I can't wait to hear what Disney says the number is.
Oh, it'll be insane. But as a publication, and they will bring that out. As a publication, that video, when it was showing publicly only 2 million views, had 324,000 likes and only 1,600 dislikes. That is phenomenal engagement for Disney, which, by the way, stands in stark contrast to Star Wars Outlaws. But Jonas, the folks out there, they clicked on this because they're looking for us to talk about this and what it means for, well, Marvel, Disney, box office, and the audience. And we have opinions about this, Jonas. So let's get to it. Jonas, you have a position, I think, that this movie is perhaps good for their bottom line, but it might not be good for them long-term in terms of families and how they perceive Disney and Marvel and all that. Could you lay out your criticism, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts back in regards to what you say.
Right. Okay. So Disney has a rough year this year, and they need anything that they can get in order to say that they have films at the box office. This is an X-Men film and looks like it's going to be the culmination of the Fox X-Men franchise. It is one that Bob Chapek approved for the company and was going to be one of many Marvel releases in whatever year that it came out. And so would have just been a little bit of punctuation there. Now it is the only Marvel release in 2024, just like whatever the animated release is for the end of the year, and Pixar, whatever they're doing right now is super important for their brand. We have Inside Out going after anxiety and putting anxiety in a kid's film. We have Moana 2, which sounds like it's not set up for success. And here we have Deadpool and Wolverine, the only Marvel film releasing this year. And Deadpool is filthy. That's the whole point of the film. It's rated R in a franchise that is marketed to kids. Deadpool appears in some kids' content for Disney, mostly in the Lego stuff. He talks about things that are completely inappropriate for casual conversation. Maybe not that inappropriate considering the way some people talk in real life. I just have an issue here with the idea that Disney is allowing the Disney brand to be attached to the MCU brand and they're using this character in particular to be the only face of the franchise this year of any significance. There's probably something on Disney Plus that no one's going to see. And there we have Ant-Man right there. Ant-Man is definitely in their preschool content here, and it looks like that's probably his giant-sized corpse that's going to be in the background of the trailer. I hope that this trailer is not played in front of kids, but if kids are interested in any of the X-Men films...
Oh, that's interesting. I had not thought of that, Jonas. Do you think this might play before Inside Out 2?
I would hope not. I think in theaters you can't have as many curse words as they definitely had in this one right here. Also, there's a lot of cursing in this trailer. I happen to notice that.
Yeah, I think that whatever happens with this, and by the way, you can see the Doctor Strange style portals there, it looks like to me, multiverse kind of stuff. But Jonas, so I think there's a place for hard R-rated films. Definitely an audience out there. I see that. I see your concerns. I see why this is going to be problematic for parents and for families. I get all of that because kids are going to want to go see Wolverine, right? Wolverine cannot be, he can't be this character in his cartoon outfit that kids love, and at the same time, kids, clearly understand. Oh, we can't go see Wolverine and Deadpool because it's naughty. It's for grown-ups, right?
Right. And so, the same problem with X-Men 97 right now. You have a cartoon that is made for kids, and then you have the quote-unquote next season of that cartoon, and all of a sudden it's completely inappropriate for kids.
Right. But at the same time, I would say that there's a market for this. It's going to do extremely well for Disney. And so I just see both sides of this, I suppose. It's hard for me to be devil's advocate to a large extent because I mostly agree with you. At the same time, you and I, Jonas, have talked about it in the past. I'm not really offended by profanity, so that doesn't bother me. But at the same time...
Well, let me clarify here. And as some people are probably confusing me with pearl clutching right now, I don't think people should curse, but I've been around enough cursing that I'm not really offended by it. I'm desensitized to it. Maybe I know some people who are always dropping it, and if it really offended me, I wouldn't be able to survive in the real world. Looking at that, by the way, I think those are probably CGI guns there on Jackman. I know he's jacked, but I think they have a CGI assist on that one.
Wait a minute. Are you saying he's been female forward?
I just
Portman?
think about those arms.
Portman?
Yes, exactly. I finally did watch Love and Thunder, and whew, I was not missing anything there.
No, you were not.
This trailer here, to me, it reminds me of the first few days in middle school where all the kids finally figured out that they were allowed to curse, and they felt like they were edgy because they could curse. The trailer itself, there have been better Deadpool trailers. There have been more the first Deadpool trailer was more entertaining than this. I'm not intending to go see this in theaters. It's not my cup of tea, but
and I will. I mean, that's the difference, I suppose. I'll be there day one. I am excited to see this, but I hope that it's more than just using profanities and the juxtaposition of the Disney brand with that.
Right.
I hope it's more than that.
There are reasons that this doesn't always work. Trying to translate something into being darker and edgier. I think Midnight's Edge, someone on there, probably Culture Casino, made a really good point that Ryan Reynolds is good in small doses or under appropriate direction. I'm not sure that Sean Levy is the guy to rein Ryan Reynolds in. I would, in fact, think the studio mandate would be to rein him in, and they would feel like they have the license not to rein him in. He's hilarious, by the way. I acknowledge that a lot of this stuff is really funny, and maybe it's debaucherous. I'm not encouraging anybody to see this film, as I'm trying to say. These are talented people, and they know how to write comedy. But this trailer does not give me a lot of confidence that they're going to do anything more than just emphasize that they're allowed to say dirty things. There's really it's not impressive to me. As I tweeted out earlier today, if I just want to hear the F word over and over again, I'll go to a random middle school cafeteria and sit down at a lunch table.
There's really raunchy comedy, and there's a place for that, in the minds of many. But I definitely see that this is going to be problematic because parents are going to they're going to be faced with the fact that Wolverine is going to be in videos that their kids are going to see on the playground, and there's just no way around this. With Wolverine saying naughty words,
Right.
and
They're
little kids
basically
looked up to
abdicating the merchandising here. I understand in the past Terminator 2 was merchandise, but that
Yep.
movie was not about the curse words. There were curse words in Terminator 2. That was more about the violence. And well, the kids aren't allowed to do the violence. So it wasn't as big of a problem.
And yet, at the same time, folks, got to say, based on the reaction today, if this movie is anywhere close to funny, it's going to succeed. And I would suggest, Jonas, that partly the reason it'll succeed is because we have an audience that is starving for comedy, because comedy has become so dangerous, and that makes it difficult to laugh or laugh at ourselves. Maybe that's why we've come down to just saying naughty words and getting kicks and giggles out of that, is because we can't make real jokes anymore. And that's a
Right.
shame.
One more I'll point out. They say it out loud like 100 times in the trailer. Every 12 seconds or something like that. But in the end, they just put LFG on the screen, just LFG, the initials. I'm like, oh, okay. We're scared to say it in text, but we'll say it out loud a dozen times here.
That's right. Well, folks, let us know what you think about Deadpool and Wolverine. I will be going to see it. Jonas will not. We're both good people. We both have very strong morals. But that doesn't mean that everybody's going to agree absolutely on everything. And I may come away agreeing with Jonas after the movie, or I may come away at the end of it saying, well, Jonas, that wasn't as bad. Maybe it was maybe it was a shock attempt. Who knows?
One more thing I want to point out. Right now, if you look at Disney Plus, which Disney used to be a name that was synonymous with children's content. Right now, if you go on the front page of Disney Plus, and I know there are parental controls on Disney Plus, but if you go on the version that does not have parental controls, it's Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan right next to Bluey. Okay? And
right next to Bluey.
Exactly.
Okay, Jonas, we better stop because you're going to pull me to your side. And I suspect, Jonas, that those out there who thought, oh, come on, Jonas, you're just being too much on this. I bet that you have convinced a number of them listening today and at least given them the viewpoint of parents. And, for our viewers out there who don't have kids or their kids are grown up, kind of brings them back to going, oh, yeah, I can see why Jonas is looking at this and going, oh, no, here we go again. Folks, weigh in. Let us know your thoughts and let us know what this does, in your opinion, to the Disney brand. We would love to hear it. Also, like, share, subscribe. If you enjoy content like this, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. And don't forget, we have a pro show. It's coming up tomorrow, and you do not want to miss it. It is the glorious return of a Marvel icon. Mexican Iron Man comes back after valiantly, victoriously defeating the evil, sinister Tax Day. We'll see you there. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.